Number one, I said today that we're going to cut taxes on everyone across the country by 20%, including the top 1%.
My view is that we ought to provide tax relief to people.
In session, we delivered the largest tax relief in a generation.
Especially the tax cut package that we've passed now 3 times does offer very bright prospects for the future.
Mr. Vice President, the economy and the Bush-Cheney record. The day you took office, Inauguration Day, as compared to now, Dow Jones is down 11%, unemployment rate is up 49%, a $281 billion surplus is now a $500 billion plus deficit, jobs, net loss of 2.6 million, the debt is up 20% and still growing. How can you run for re-election on that record?
So I think we've turned the corner and we're making significant progress.
If you froze the tax cut for the top 1% of Americans, it would generate enough money to pay for the $87 billion for the war. If you did it for just 1 year, would you consider that?
I think it's a big mistake.
The president said in 2002 the tax cut would generate 800,000 jobs. In 2003 he said it would be another 1 million jobs. None of that has happened. What has happened is the deficit is skyrocketing.
Tax cuts accounted for only about 25% of the deficit.
But we see deficits for the next 10 years. Big ones. How do you deal with that? We have Social Security, Medicare coming in.
We anticipate, even with the added spending that we've asked for now, we'll cut the deficit roughly in half from where it'll be next year over the next 5 years. So we'll be moving in the right direction.
Those of you who have followed my career know that I'm a free market person. Until you're told that if you don't take decisive measures, then it's conceivable that our country could go into depression greater than the Great Depression. So my administration has taken significant measures to deal with a credit crisis.
So how would a Romney administration change the jobs outlook? We asked 2 of his advisors, Glenn Hubbard, who chaired the Council of Economic Advisors under President George W. Bush, and John Taylor. He was a Treasury official in a George W. Bush administration.
One, I said today that we're going to cut taxes on everyone across the country by 20%, including the